Hello, everyone. Let's get started. I think we've given people enough time to join. So, welcome to today's Product Council. Today, we're going to be focusing on merchant payments and particularly the effects of the efforts of the merchant payment workstream, led by Karim Jindani of PASIS. PASIS have done some great work recently on actually deploying Mojaloop to their own premises, and they're going to be running today's demo off that deployment, as I understand it. And they're also going to share their experiences in deploying on-premise with the community in a future note. But that's not the focus of today's session. We're going to focus on the merchant payments layer on top of that deployment. So, Karim, if you're ready, perhaps you'd like to take the lead today.
Yeah, sure. So I have got my colleagues with me who will be also sharing the screen. First, I'll start with uh, you know uh, just a bit of background. I know a lot of people on the call mostly have actually seen the presentation and the work which we have done earlier. So I'll just keep it brief for a few minutes before showing like exactly what we have done. So I'll just go to this slide over here to show. So uh, this is basically the representation of what we have set up as a demo lab. Essentially, we have got a consumer app connected to a middleware. So we have our middleware product Open Connect, in which we have combined the scheme adapter uh, and set up two institutions, one as a payer and another as a payee, which are connected through Mojaloop. And this Mojaloop instance is set up in our data center. So it's an on-prem installation. While deploying this on-prem Mojaloop setup, I think it was not very challenging, I would say. It was fairly easy, but there were certain points where we got stuck. And those were like, there were some issues which were related to specific libraries for the database which are not supported on certain processors. So we have taken those notes while doing the deployment, and those we will share as part of this whole uh, setup and what we encountered, so that others can also look into them. The deployment is fairly simple that, we have Mojaloop and ALS as a component of Mojaloop, and then the tooling related to merchant payments, which has got two parts. One is the onboarding portal, and the other is the Oracle or merchant registry, which stores the alias and the FSP mapping. So, for the banking or system of records side on the payer and pay, we are just doing a simulation using a core banking simulator. And the idea was that when we do the payments, it is visible that this is an end-to-end transaction between two institutions, and the respective ledger or balances on the payer and pay side also get impacted. So on the pay side, there is similarly a merchant app. And the plan is that this whole demo setup, we can like share the links after some security clearance from our infrastructure team, so that anyone can download and access and do the transactions and experience this. So essentially, like for the demo setup, what we have done is there are two web portals. So I'll just unshare my screen, and my colleague will share the screen so we can see those portals, how things are working. Yeah, share the screen. Okay, so over here you can see the familiar like testing toolkit user interface. This is just to visualize that, well, the transactions are going to happen. And then we have got this is the merchant tooling merchant portal, which is installed on our premises as well. So in this, what we have done right now is that we have created a couple of merchants. Uh, this pay into ID or account ID is actually the alias, and the type of alias is also alias. That's how we have configured it. And on this DFSP merchant registry, we have already defined a receiver and sender DFSP. So basically, what merchant portal this offers is that you can have like complete user management, which is hierarchical, that you have got a hub admin user, and then you create multiple users of different roles. Uh, so there are DFSP admins, and then those DFSP admins can create further DFSP maker and checker users. So I won't go into the like entire demonstration, like how we define the user from maker checker. We have recorded the videos for them, so we will share those videos after the presentation. But over here, like we have defined two businesses, one named as Hamza General Store and the another as Tufel Variety Store. Now, both have got an alias 5 and 6 over here. This could be any number, any kind of alias, but we kept it numeric so that this can be on the front end used by any USSD channel, or also it can be embedded as part of the QR in any QR.
Just to confirm, Karim, that's what we'd refer to as a merchant ID in other contexts.
So this necessarily may not be merchant ID. This is for us, this is alias.
Yeah.
It could be merchant ID as well, but then it will have to be unique. I mean, there's slight nuance in the sense that why we don't call it merchant ID, because for the registry, this alias has to be unique across the merchants which are onboarded. Whereas the merchant ID may be some internal number allocated by a DFSP, and there could be a possible collision. So when any DFSP is onboarding merchants in this platform, either using this portal or through the APIs, the registry ensures that there's no collision. It ensures uniqueness of the alias so that we don't have a conflict. So this registry, basically this portal allows one way to enter the data into registry, and the other option is that there are standard APIs of this portal available. And the entire, like this registry we have as part of like committing the code when we were giving it, we had test collection in TTK also for this purpose. So, I mean, there is actually a test collection which we had created. You have the screen, right? Yeah, I'll just share that. So just to explain that point. So whenever, this whole component, anyone will go deploy, they will get the whole TTK test collection as well, which they can use to validate all the scenarios for the merchant registry. So essentially what we like wanted to do is that if any other team members are going to extend this portal and add more functionality, we follow the same standards that we are following within Mojalo. They can add further further test cases in that collection, and we can use the standard process to extend the functionality and test it as we go on. Sorry, your screen is not visible, right? Okay, no problem. Can you unshare and share again? Okay. Sorry, we had some technical issue with one of the systems, so it's not showing up properly, the screen. So I'll come back to
No
this.
problem.
Okay, so where was that screen where you were monitoring? This one, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'll just keep over here, on this screen where we have the monitoring setup. And I mean,
Hello?
Graham, I'm not hearing anything. What's
How we
happening?
get,
Have we
yeah,
lost your connection?
yeah.
Graham, we're not getting any audio.
am I audible now?
I can
Yes.
hear you now. You're back. Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'll just demonstrate that.
We haven't heard you for the last two or 3 minutes.
Okay, sure. I'll repeat that. So basically, we have got a consumer app and a merchant app set up. And initially, as I said, that we are using simulators. So this, I mean, this is just the backend for both the receiver and sender side SDK adapters, just to capture the logs. So whenever we perform a transaction using a dynamic QR, let's say. So initially we have got like a core banking simulation where we have got set up the balances. So if you can show the balances. No, I can't show the mobile app. So in a simulator, yeah. So in the simulator, if you can see on the screen over here, we have defined balances for the the customers. So this is like a standard account where 1,000 rupees balance is there. So then when we start doing transactions, let's say I'm doing a transaction for 100. So I generate a QR on the app, and then I try to pay this QR. So essentially, all these sequences where you see that this inbound and outbound adapters, these are using Mojo Loop, and basically on the sender side, we receive the information about the merchant. So in case if it's 5, then I can see on my mobile app the same merchant ID, the same merchant's registered name, which is written over here in merchant registry. So ideally, what we would have liked to do is that this Oracle contains the merchant information as well. The portal itself contains, but because the way Mojo Loop ALS works, whenever we query this registry against this alias, we send the DFSP ID, and then the DFSP has to resolve the alias to account mapping or any merchant details. So this registered name is right now coming from the scheme adapter on the other side. And after this, example is done, then if I do payments, then the entire transfer is also completed. And once I go back to this this one, yeah, so you can see that the balance has changed on the customer side as soon as the transaction is done. So, I mean, it's a fully functional setup in that sense that we have simulations of core banking. We have got Moja Loop, and we have got the Moja Loop connected to the merchant registry using ALS. So the customer can see the details of the person. One step which we had to always do manually was that once the merchant is onboarded on this registry, we have this export option available on this portal, which we have to use to extract the information. So the DFSP will take this information about the alias and account mapping or alias and merchant DBA name. So, and then they will have to put that detail into their middleware or the system which is going to respond to the get parties request from Mojalo. So essentially, when we get this request, I'll try and do another transaction just to show this. So let's say if I do now a transaction for 50. So as soon as I scan the QR, yeah, these interactions take place for getting the party detail. Now this whole interaction which is taking place for the payee FSP who is receiving the request for get parties, they need to keep the data. They need to have that data on their side that against an alias they can give this result, the merchant's registered name. So, I mean, in one of the interactions with the team which was working in Rwanda, we got this insight that they were trying to bypass ALS and use the API to get directly this data about a registered merchant name directly from uh, the merchant registry, this portal itself. Because many institutions were facing this challenge that they have to then build another functionality or keep this data in their system. So as a portal and registry, we have got the capability over here to handle keep the account as well, account ID. But it's a choice that does the hub operator or this merchant portal operator wants to give this facility or leave this part of holding this mapping between alias account and uh, the registered name, all those details at the middleware level. So that's one thing which is a consideration that different entities do. So, I mean, this was the overall demonstration. I know, I mean, I was not able to show you on the screen the mobile apps. Unfortunately, it was difficult for me to connect all the interfaces on the same laptop. But we have got these apps and the recorded videos available. So what we plan to do is that make the URLs public so that this can be the whole merchant registry is accessible and as well as the apps are accessible. So if anyone wants to run the whole experience, they can do that. The simulators are all basic simulators, so we will put them, it's Java-based simulators for core banking. So we can place them also on any open source repository if required.
Okay, so Karim, you have video recordings of the actual scanning of the QR code and
Yeah,
the payment going through.
I mean,
Yes.
I actually attempted to show them on video, but probably it seems there's some internet issue because
I've lost your audio again, Karim. I can't hear you. I don't know what you just did.
there's a problem because as soon as I open the video, it starts breaking up.
Right.
So this probably some bandwidth control or throttling going on.
Right. Okay.
So I can
Right.
share these are the same videos which we showed at convening, but I mean, we can put up the APK and with the working credentials.
Please
So
do, because
in
I'd
a
like,
repo.
yeah, I'm very keen that other people should be able to replicate that.
Yeah,
So if perhaps you'd be willing to share those, and perhaps you'd, if
yeah,
anyone chooses to
sure.
do it, then if you could assist them, that would be.
The mobile apps which we have created as a sample for merchant and customer, these
Yeah.
are fairly like simple. Actually, these were originally created when we did a demonstration back in 2018 in Wokyu in
Okay.
Philippines and Indonesia. So these are the same apps which we have updated just to keep their Android version updated. So we will share these APKs as well along with the video. So if anyone wants to use them as a base to create the user experience for merchant side or for the consumer side for QR payments or like having the look and feel of how a merchant app should look like, they can use that.
Yeah. Who owns those apps? If you don't mind me asking, is it Paces or is somebody else?
I mean, it's our property, but we can open source that.
Yes, because well, I think that my interest in that in particular is making things available to potential adopters as a sort of sample that they can then build on to build their own apps. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
quite an important
We will open
aspect of
source
this.
it as our contribution.
Okay, that would be very, very kind of you. Thank you. Very much appreciated. So if you can share the links to the recordings and the APKs, etc., as well. How do you want to do that? Do you want to do it through the Product Council channel or the Merchant Payments channel or something else?
Yeah, I can share with you and like then onwards, it can be shared with the community. What we can do is like put all the recordings and the APK and the stuff in a repo, and then that can be shared. So under the same like merchant
Within those repos. Yeah.
within this implementation documentation repository, we can add a folder and add them there.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Thank you. Right. Does anyone have any questions for Karim? No, really?
Not a question, just to say thanks. Very exciting and very interesting. Large amount of work has obviously been done. Congratulations and thank you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
I'd also like to compliment you on the UI, UX for the merchant registry app. So it looks very nice. So
Yeah,
thank
so
you for that.
the work on that UI was mostly done by the other participants in the merchant payments work stream, mainly
Yeah.
from ThitsaWorks. So credit goes to them, and the
I
work
thought I
which
could see
we
the influence of ThitsaWorks there. Yeah. Thank
yeah
you.
the work which basically we I think I mean from a next steps perspective what we can do, because like the registry itself, when we actually like start to create any merchant in that registry, um, there are a lot of options available, like in terms of creating a new merchant. So I'll just take a moment to again share the screen of the merchant registry, so I can explain the point. So what we like plan to do, because I mean this we had discussed between ourselves, but just for the larger audience, that we have got the structure we have designed in a way that we have got business location, owner information, contact person, all of these details. Now for a small merchant, these information may not be like all of these will won't be relevant. So you see in a lot of places where we have kept some mandatory fields, like merchant category is mandatory, but whether you have a business license or not, we say that you can have a yes or no. And if you say yes, then we ask for more details around business license. So in essence, the idea was that we designed this to cater for both small and large merchants in terms of their complexity. Uh, and this becomes the you can say a way to feed into other systems, because building this kind of merchant management system, I mean, usually what our experience has been in many countries where we go for implementing merchant payments, the additional tooling is always necessary, because what happens is, like, most institutions don't have the acquiring like setup. They are not into merchant acquiring. Uh, and traditionally, like those institutions who have been into card-based acquiring, those are very, because of the nature how cards work, the card schemes work, those merchant payment systems are completely architected in a different manner. So they don't support things like getting the real-time credit done into merchant account, or if
Yeah.
a merchant service provider wants to apply certain service charges to a merchant while accepting payment, those platforms don't support real-time deduction of that fee. So going forward, like, I mean, all of that data, structured data that you need to capture while onboarding a merchant or doing a contract with them, this can be used as a portal which can store that data. Uh, Now, whether if an institution says that I want to use this portal, they can use this. If they say that no, I just want to use registry and all of this portal, I want to put in-house some system. So they can also use this as an open source software to start with. Uh, I
Yeah.
mean, in both
I mean,
combinations.
Karim, I think we understand this as a starting point. This is a little beyond an MVP, but it is still a starting point and will evolve. For example, there are ISO standards on, you know,
Yeah,
location information, for example, that we
yeah,
can use, and on owner information, similar things, which we should integrate with providers of that ISO standard information.
yeah,
And also there's the opportunity to register with, sorry, to collaborate with external entities such as Glyph for legal entity identifiers, and UTC out of BIS for more formal identification of certainly medium to large merchants. And that's something that we should explore in a later version. But as a starting point, this is more than adequate in my
yeah.
view. So this, I don't see this as a finished work stream. This is something that will evolve as we gain more experience, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more contributors
Mm.
uh, joining it, so that
Yeah,
we can take it up.
yeah. I think this is and as Warren Carew said in the comments, this is a module that has matured to a great extent, to the point where we could now reasonably use it for pilot services, and we can learn from those pilot services and bring it to full production from there. So
Sure.
yeah. So good. Thank you. Thank you, Karim. I think that's so good to see. And I just want to see this deployed in a pilot somewhere. So anyone with an adopter that wants to do merchant payments, Manzi, I'm looking at you. Then let's get this up and running as soon as we can. Does anyone else have any final comments before we close for the day? Manzi, you've come off mute, I notice. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul. Most of candidates, doctors, most of candidates we have, they are wishing to have merchant payment as one of the first use cases in the current POCs and the ones in pipeline. They have that wish. So this is a use case which is very, very awaited. Thank you.
Thank you, Manzi. And if there are people working on proof of concept at the moment and they want to just validate the work that's done by this work stream, just to show that others can do it as well, I'd very much welcome that. So thank you, everyone. If there are no further comments, then I will just thank Karim again and the PACES team. Thank you very much. Thank you to Fail and Hamza. So thank you very much, and we'll close it there.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
sorry, I missed Sam. Sam has been very supportive to the team with his guidance. Actually, they were able to set up this in time.
Yep. Sam and Nathan from the Mojo Loop Foundation worked really hard alongside the PACES team to get the deployment
actually
working.
Infrastructure like on-prem installation. I would say like we. Compared to my experience 4 or 5 years back, it has matured a lot. I mean, on-prem installation, we faced some minor issues, but I mean, by and large, it wasn't, I won't say a big deal. Like, so those things which we have documented, like the errors we faced, they could be added in the troubleshooting guide. So we can make the installation more mature.
I think that's a really important point, Karim, because that's been my experience as well. Compared to 5 years ago, it's chalk and cheese. We have a far more mature and stable platform now on which to build these services, and deployment is far easier, and work continues to make deployment even easier as we speak. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that was your experience too, Karim. So thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, on that note, thank you, everyone. And I'll share the recording of this later, and any links that Karim shares with me, I will obviously share with the Product Council as well. So thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Karim. Thanks.